Hey guys, Rusty Dog here. Welcome to this video. It's an unboxing video, and here's the box. Yeah, as you can see what it is, right? So I know what it is. This is a very kind gift from a long-time supporter of mine, Andy K. Andy, thank you so much, mate. This is going to very much change how yeah, you'll see. We'll not give out any clues yet. I do have the manufacturer on the side of the box here, but let's leave that alone. Right, how do we get into this? Well, we get into it here, I guess. I don't know. I've just taken a look. No, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. I'll tell you when it's open. Any guesses, guys? New pair of trainers? How does this open? Oh, it opens from the side. It opens from the side. Okay. Yeah. Oh, dude. Talk about changing the way you do something. I will say, what you see here is 1-to-1 scale with real world. This is the actual real world size of the real thing. Oh, where do I go? What do I do? Oh, right. These are legs and tools and little gel dots to stick it down with. Well, maybe hold it to the surface. So this I'm going to have to do off camera. Look at the screwdriver. Right, let's get it unpacked, guys. I know you want to see it. Let's not mess about. What? Yeah, it's the magic's on the other side, guys. You ready? Can you guess what it is yet? Yes, guys, look at this. A full-on MCDU for... Let me have a look. Now, I was asked, Andy did ask me, you know, which plane do you want it for? Which plane do you want it for? Boeing or Airbus? And I picked Airbus. So this is, you know, because the Phoenix, yeah, the best aircraft you can get at the moment. And I thought, okay, let's go full on and get the one for the Airbus. Oh my God, they actually clicked. Listen. Can you hear that? Let me put it to my ears, to the mic. So let's get this off. Yeah, so this is a MCDU, or McDo as I've heard people call it, but you won't hear me calling it that. Full size. It basically stands up on the desk like this, and I can just program it, and it comes with a USB, and this just says power only. Does that mean that there's 2 USBs to power this thing? No, just the one. Okay. Well, the only USB I've got that's close by is on my keyboard. Now the software, which is SimApp Pro, looks rather complex. So I'm going to have to build this and set it up on the software before I can run it in Flight Sim. But wow, look at this thing. Andy, you're a frickin' legend, man. This is my my first real proper flight sim peripheral. Whether more's going to come, I don't know. Like I don't plan on having a cockpit or anything, but to have the flight computer, this is going to speed up time. It's got all the fail messages that you get down here and stuff up here as well. But you know, rather than me having to go to that view in the plane, which I'll still carry on doing, obviously. But rather than having to mouse click every button, I can just do it here. Now, this is Airbus, right? Just this is the button layout is Airbus, but and apparently there's light sensors on this, which I think are these, which auto dim the backlight. You can turn the feature off. I've been reading about it. You can turn that feature off, and what it does is it auto dims or brightens the backlight. Now, the other thing is, can I use this on a Boeing 737? And the answer is yes, you can. But there's some software to do it. But what it does is it remaps the buttons. So instead of the menu button being there, the airport button might be the menu button. And the flight plan button, which is here, might be the fuel prediction button. That might be flight plan. So it's kind of like that, you know. But I think these are called the soft keys, or like LC1, LC2, I don't know. But yeah, the soft keys here, they should all work the same. Oh man, look at this. And it's 1-to-1 scale. This is just brilliant. And you can have it so that you put the legs on it, what I showed you earlier, and it sits up like this. Or you can actually have, I think there's an extra you can buy from the same company, which is Winwings. This is a Winwings. So yeah, it's a win-win situation, I suppose. There is a bracket you can buy which will then clamp onto your desk, you know, to the edge of your desk, kind of like the wheel does. So if you have your desk here, you can just clamp it on, and it just clamps to the edge of your desk like that. But I don't sit back from my desk when I'm flight simming. So this is going to allow for faster entry. I'll just be able to go right, initialization, and then, you know, we can go down the flight plan, and then we've got the program. I mean, I'm looking at these buttons, and I'm looking where the prog is. I think the init is fine, and the flight plan, are they in the exact same place as the Airbus? I'm going to have to load up the Airbus now to find out, because I'm happy with where the direct button is. The secondary flight plan is here. Fuel prediction now? I don't know. I think these buttons are in a different place to where it is on the Phoenix. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But this is the Airbus version anyway. Oh my god, putting in the airport. So, like, Denver. K-D-E-N. Where's the enter key? You got clear. Where's the button for enter? Oh, I'm sure it'll work itself out. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go, guys. It's an MCDU. Let's get it plugged in. I'm guessing I plug it into USB and not power only. So it's a USB-C. Now then, let's see if I have a slot free on my USB power hub. I should have a slot free because I don't have my steering wheel plugged in. So let's get that plugged in. Yep. Let's see if we can get it in there here. I don't know how it's going to work. Oh. I was going to say I don't know how it's going to work without the plane. But the software, that's going to be difficult. Well, that's all lit up in orange. I don't know if you can see that. That is all lit up. All these buttons are now orange, backlit. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll have to use my mouse, but it's the software. Oh, okay. It looks like it's picked something up here in the software. So screen backlight. So backlight and screen backlight. So let's go backlight. Can we? Oh yeah, look, you can turn the brightness off. Look at that. Marker light. I don't know what that's doing. Light sensor axis output data support. Right. Lights on. So these are all the lights for the test. Power on test. So you've got your fail here. As I mentioned, the MCDU menu. What the hell? FMI in ready, FM2. Okay. You can see those. Switch to MCDU. So this, you can use it as captain or co-pilot. Now, I had to set up all of the directories for Flight Sim. There was about 4 or 5 different directories I had to set up, and I don't know if I've got them all right. In games that do not support 128 button, right, that's not Flight Sim. Please switch to 432 mode. Okay, well that isn't Flight Sim. LCD pattern 1, LCD pattern 2. What? Not going to mess with that. This is the software. You can't see the screen for this, but it's okay. Caution: APU indicator backlight. Let me just take off the test lights. All right. So caution: APU indicator backlight sync with DCS. Keep running close. SimApp Pro will lose control of the backlight indicator. Exit SimApp Pro. The cockpit editor will also be unavailable. I think it's telling me don't exit. Don't exit SimApp Pro. But okay, it says connected. I guess I should just go into Flight Sim and see if it works. Huh. I'll run Flight Sim, guys, and see if this works. We'll get into the Phoenix. So while Flight Sim's loading in the background, you can probably hear it. This is one of the config screens. Now, these are all the different devices, and they've got different games. So if you go to MCDU, which is this one, it doesn't mention Flight Sim, but it's going to be pretty obvious. But you've got font management, screen color settings, yeah. So you can look, you can change all the colors. I'm assuming they're set to actual default, so we'll leave it as it is. This is the device screen I was looking at earlier. So if I press a button, it comes out on the side here. If I press like, and then you've got all this. This is what does all the lights on, the test lights on. So we're in captain mode. What else? So environment check, simulation initialization phase. So I'm just going to get into Flight Sim. Does it connect without any other software? Do I need like Sim Connect or something? I don't know. The Flight Sim is now running. So I'm going to just load up the 320. Oh, the 321 actually. Yeah, let's get into the Airbus 321. Phoenix, yeah, that'll do. I don't particularly care what livery I'm running and what airport. I'll put it down at an airport that is in the daytime for no particular reason that I can think of, but let's do Denver. Now apparently on this there is no GPU usage or any such thing like that, so there's apparently zero lag on this, so we'll have to just be sure of that. Okay, I'm just going to hit start flight. Now if it doesn't connect, I can only assume there must be a folder that's incorrect. Okay, I'm actually at the plane right now, and I am trying to get into the plane right now. Okay, right, I'm in the plane and I'm looking at the MCDU. Are the buttons in the same place? Do you know what? They actually are. It's exactly the same. I got that wrong. Right, I'm going to put the batteries on, and I'm going to put the ground power on. Oh my God, it's lit up. All right, I'm gonna pass you back to the device. Give me a second. All right, can you see this is lit up? I'm waiting for the screen to come on. Let me see if I can put this at an angle you guys can see. I know it's a little bit off angle because I don't have the brackets on or anything. Right, let's put external power on. My screen just moved. It just did something. Now the simulation, and oh, holy crap, look at that. Oh my goodness. I was going to say, it still says simulation initialization phasing white. It hasn't gone green yet. Alright, I'm just going to do the camera view in flight sim on the actual thing. Right, so this is awesome. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just going to configure something. Okay, does this work? This is the flight sim versus what's on my screen, and it's exactly the same. Which way do I do this? There you go. So we have the FMGC, ATSU, config and mate. So I think what's getting displayed here is what's coming from the Phoenix, right? So I can pop into ATSU first, maybe. Yeah. Oh man alive. Receive messages. I don't know if there are any. No. So back to menu. Oh boy, oh boy. No lag. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's a lag on the camera thing. Let me just see if there is one here. So there's all the data, the Navigraph data, the AirAC cycle, which is out of date, by the way, 9th of July. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it on either the game or here, but 9th of July, that's out of date. I need to upload that. So it's probably gonna give me a little bit of a warning there. Holy crap. If I change the colors like these orange to blue, will it change on this Phoenix? It shouldn't do. Get my Simbri flight plan in here. Oh my god, this looks amazing. Holy shit. Now let me see if there's I'm going to put a flight number in. So let's just call it, let's say we're going to go EasyJet. So ESY 2627. Yeah, there's no enter key on the actual game either. Oh, because you don't need it. If I want to put this into that box, I just click the box. Of course. My brain didn't think about that at the time. So let's say we're flying from Denver to JFK. Right? KDen to KJFK. I hope we're getting that in focus, because I've got it on manual focus so it doesn't keep refocusing all the time, so I hope that's in focus. And I can pop that up. This is not how I would do it, by the way, because we just loaded in from SimBrief. Holy shit, this is amazing. Andy, thank you so much, mate. Honestly, I can't frickin' believe this. This is literally the real deal. Performance, your V1s, your VRs, and your V2s. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, now you may see a delay between the game and this, but that's the webcam delaying it. For me, these two screens change at exactly the same time. Yep, the flight sim and this screen are changing in sync. Departing from runway 8. Oh my god, look at this. It looks awesome when it's in action like this. And let's just insert that into the flight plan. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Thing is, when I do my next flight sim, or my next flight, which is going to be very soon, do I have this in a separate camera? A little window on the side? Once I have it up on my desk? Or do you just take this as the thing? So let's do arriving ILS runway 4 right via, I don't know, I'm just making up a flight plan here. And I do that. And now I can just step down the flight, go through the flight plan like this. There's a discontinuity there. Now I think on this one you can just click clear and do that and then insert, and it gets rid of the discontinuity. Oh my goodness. What about these light sensors? Is that really them? What happens if I cover them up? I don't know. It's actually got the proper screw holes in and everything. Just like on the sim. Just take a look at it in the plane on the sim. Look, it's all in. Look, the screw there, the hole there. It's all exactly as it is on the screen there. Now, the brightness and the dimness. Oh yeah. I think you can see that is working very, very nicely. So I don't have to have it full on, full whack brightness, because it is actually pretty bright. Maybe turn it down a couple of notches. Maybe one notch. But I think if I turn my light out in the room here, the light sensors will dim the screen automatically. So it's, you know, and as you can see in the plane, it has them as well. I think these are the light sensors. I believe so. And you can see on the aircraft, it actually does have those. I don't know what the hell I've done to my flight plan. Let me have a look. It doesn't look like it wants to. Yeah, it actually doesn't look like it wants to go back to the cockpit here. I've never seen it do this before. Okay. What's going on there? Okay, well, we're there. The reason, I mean, obviously I can't step through the flight plan because I've got no GPS running, so you'll notice let me take this out of studio mode. So you'll notice here the GPS. I haven't got the GPS running, so I won't be able to look through the flight plan and see the lines and stuff like that. But if I hit numpad 2, that gives me the first officer's MCDU, and numpad 1 is the first officer's. But the numpad full stop or period is supposed to get me back to the captain's cockpit, and it's not doing that. It's giving me this weird thing, which, yeah, like I said, it's weird. Yeah, and also if I click a button in the sim like this, it does it on my thing as well. So let me see if I can just bring you in on that. Hold on, because my mouse is being a little bit iffy at the moment. There we go. So if I click if I go in the game and click on menu, you know, it does it. They're synced up like fully, and it's identical, like even down to the small m here. Yeah. So there it is, guys. I'm gonna get the little legs on now. Here, I'm gonna get those legs on the back, the left one and the right one, and then going to put those little dots underneath so it's got some grabbage on the desk. I might actually put 3 on there instead of 2. We'll see. I'll put 2 on first, one at the front, one at the back, and the idea is though that I can press the buttons without it sliding backwards on the, because that is really slippy. So if 2 buttons don't work, 2 little gel dots, then I'll try 3. So let me get all this together, and then at some point we'll do a stream with Flight Sim, and we'll see how all this sets up. I am super happy with this. This is absolutely freaking awesome. I mean, I don't even know what to say except thank you, Andy. This is just mental, and it's absolutely brilliant. What a thing! What a thing this is! I absolutely love it. You know, and it's just thin like this. Wing wings. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the box, and this is the side that had the thing. So that's what it is. Wing wing sim. Guys, expect a few Flight Sim streams, and I'm going to have to be in the Phoenix. I know that this can be worked. There's workarounds for the Boeing. I'll take a look at those. I already have the downloaded file, but it does switch all the buttons around. And how am I supposed to remember which one's which? You know, I'm going to get so confused with, oh yeah, the flight plan button is the fuel prediction button, and the menu button is the init button, and the init button is the flight plan button. I mean, it's going to be so confusing. Maybe there's other methods, I don't know. Yeah. Or maybe this will entice me to get the Boeing one as well. Both. Jeez. But I'm going to be spending some awesome time. And what it's going to cut down on really is time to put all the data in, you know, which when you're clicking a mouse on the screen to do it all, it takes time. But if I can just physically get my hands and do this and just change the destination like this, go to arrival, you know, let's say Beyond ATC has given me a different runway to land at than what SimBrief did. It's given me, let's say, ILS 13 left. I can just click there and I can set up a new route because it'll tell me which star to use, and then I can just insert that, and boom, now we're landing at 13 left, and I can just run through the flight plan just to make sure that there's no discontinuities. We've got one there, so we clear it and then we insert, unless we do something else, you know, just fly it manually until we get the plane to, like, if I want the plane now to fly direct to Telex, I could just say direct, and then, oh, now does it run all the way through? It should, yeah, there it is. So to Telex. Now I don't think I can do it right now because the plane's not even in flight, but you can click Telex, and then it would come up here, and then you could press enter, or you know, the key to confirm it, and then the plane would just, the autopilot would just go its merry way. I love this, and I like how even though the software looked a little bit complex initially to set up, it looked like it had a lot of stuff on it because it's the same software to support all of the wing hardware. So yeah, but it wasn't. It's just a case of getting all the folders correct, which clearly I have done. The folder to the third-party aircraft, which is where the Phoenix, I guess, is installed and stuff. And yeah, and I can set up radials here around the airports, right? You don't do that on this screen, do you? No, I don't think so. We've got the radio screens here for the ILS frequencies and the course. Oh, dude. In it. Cost index. I don't know, let's just make up something. And let's say we're flying at flight level 340, so 34,000 feet. Whoops, that's not going to work. Delete. 340. Click that in. Minus 52 degrees, guys, at that height. Wind. Now, I don't know whether the wind request is going to work because we don't have the Simbrief flight plan. It might get it off my last Simbrief flight plan, which might be, I don't know, Paris to Amsterdam or something. And it's going to load those winds if then. Yeah. We'll have to wait till we get a Simbrief flight plan in there, and then it can literally get it. Because I don't think it's going to... it's not going to pull any winds in because we don't have a flight plan ready. History for wind. Yeah. Climb winds. Yeah, no, it's not going to do it. And then we got next phase. Previous phase. What about performance? Next phase. Climb. Cruise mode. Descent. And then you've got the approach mode. Oh, guys, this is just amazing. You know, when it says on the flight, input your destination data now, like, this is where you do it. In the barrow here, you put your decision altitude, your temperature for your airport you're coming into, your air pressure, your wind information, your V approach speeds. I mean, oh, and here, we click that, and now we're landing flaps 3 approach instead of a full, which we can do there. Guys, I can't wait to get this built up. I want to get this built. I want to put the legs on, I want to put the little soft pads on, and I want to get moving with this. So, with that, I will sign off. Thank you, Andy, so much. Dude, this is going to change... This is going to change how I flight sim, really. At least with the Phoenix for now. So I've got 3 of those planes. I've got the 319, I've got the 320, the Airbus 320 and the Airbus 321. Obviously 19 is the smallest, then you've got the standard 320, and then you've got the longest A321. And I'm guessing bigger aircraft like the Airbus A350 does it have the same one? I don't know. Oh, man, this is just unreal. Is that how it clicks in real life? What does this button do? Can you customize it for something? I don't know. It can't set those up, obviously, because we haven't got a... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Fuel prediction. Right, for putting the fuel in. The zero fuel weight and the zero fuel center of gravity. We haven't done that yet. And then back to the menu. Have we received any messages? I don't know. I can't see anything where it says we have. No, but they'll come in. Dude, this is unbelievable. Well, I'm going to shoot off, guys. There you go. The Wings MCDU for the Airbus. Yeah. I knew for a little while that this was coming. Because, you know, it was Andy mentioned it and said, you know, I'm going to send you one of these. Oh my god. But now, yeah, the day's here, and I couldn't be happier with it. It's just phenomenal. I am going to enjoy this. So with that, I will sign off, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Andy. Goodbye.